All right, BNB fam. All right, welcome BNB fam. I'm sitting here with Brooklyn Queen and Richboy Troy.
Hey y'all.
Yeah, I gotta help you with this.
Good.
Yeah, but I just wanted to touch on a few things since I done gave my blessings to the infamous Richboy Troy here. You know what I'm saying? The handsome one. I just want to touch on a few elements and just about life, about things that a lot of young men should know, and some things a lot of young women should know as well. For the most part, man, the essence of a man is provider, protector, and stabilizer, and that's of energy and information. You know what I'm saying? Not more so illusional things. Those things should probably come with the territory, but for the most part, as a man, it's our job to do the necessary research on every solar situation that we come in contact with to provide some form of stability or structure or life to it. You know what I'm saying? Anytime somebody graces your threshold, your energy, it's your job to figure out how you can complement them. You know what I'm saying? And the natural return, should be to reciprocate and compliment you in whatever you probably may need. That should be the natural thing, but it don't always happen like that. But even if it don't happen like that, it's still your job and your obligation as a man to play your part. You know what I'm saying? And when it don't happen like that, it'll dissipate on its own, or you will just recognize it and then you will, do away with it when it seems like to be a threat to your energy or your structure. But for the most part, we as men, as being a provider, protector, and stabilizer, we have no choice but to do that. And as long as we act in that capacity, you know what I'm saying, we're blessed and given that divine protection from the Most High. You know what I mean? So that's all that matters to me. That's why, or how I've been allowed to even be alive today. You know what I'm saying? Living in my element, in my essence. Whereas that a lot of situations, that came to me, I could have easily been emotional with them. It would have took me out of my element, which would have made me compromise me living in my essence. But because I live outside myself, living for the sacrifice, it always gave me that space, that time, and that grace for me to be able to make the right decisions. You know what I'm saying? To protect all parties, and mainly myself. That's the most important thing, because if you lose it, and you the structure, and you the root to the structure, everybody lost.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, again, for me, just paying attention to you, your work ethic is unmatched. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of you. I want you to keep doing what you're doing, and teach everybody that you can. You know what I'm saying? What you can and what they'll receive. Force feed nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know the ones that want it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The ones that want it, pull them in and let them be a part of your movement. You know what I'm saying? And you can be a part of theirs. It's just exchange pleasantries. You know what I mean? But outside of that, I just want you to be conscious, and pay attention to the signs and symbols. And when you see things, believe what you see.
Mm-hmm.
That's called your sixth sense. Now, when you see things, normally people go to their sixth sense, they see it, then they revert back to their first.
Mm-hmm.
I can't afford for you to revert back to your first. You've been working too hard. You done made too many sacrifices to get where you at. So when you see something, I need you to execute your seventh sense to protect what you see, and then go to your eighth sense to remove your whole foundation away from that threat, and then go to your ninth sense and keep going until you all the way out the loop of the threat from what you've seen in your sixth. Don't see it and then be like, I don't believe it, and then continue to get burnt by it or affected by it. You know what I'm saying? So, those are some of the good lessons that, like I said, that I utilize to keep, because I don't have no crews. It's just me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And in order for somebody like me to be alive in a city like Detroit at the status and level that I was living on when I was in the streets, speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have this. All that brawn, that's over with. Gotta be able to think. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to think. But for the most part, man, don't take advantage of no soul or situation, especially somebody that trusts you with theirs. You know what I'm saying? Always provide what you can to complement that soul or situation or that person. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't reciprocate it, they just don't reciprocate it. They lost. You feel what I'm saying? They lost. You know, again, you know, I applaud and I admire who you become, who you're becoming still. You know what I'm saying? How you're working, and if you keep that up, it's gonna be super easy, but at the same time, super hard. Because if, you know, with the more success comes more threats. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to the camouflage. So many levels. You know what I'm saying? I swear, man. So you just gotta stay close knit, stay grounded, stay rooted with God, faith. You know what I mean? And just live in righteousness. You know, Brooklyn, I'm proud. You know, I'm always proud of you.
Thank
You know,
you.
that, you know, I'm always proud of the choices that you make. You know, I don't know where this is going to go, but I'm at peace with it. You know what I mean? You know, because normally most guys his age is in search of an identity, trying to figure out what they're trying to become. You know what I'm saying? In the midst of them trying to figure out what they become, they're abusing people along the way because they really don't know. And a lot of times they're using young women to help them identify that. You know what I mean? So, you know, with that being said, like for young women, you have managed to keep yourself together and not let nobody abuse you. You know what I mean? Of course, we all run into people that we allow to use us. You know, that's a part of growing. That's a part of learning. You know, but you know, just be real conscious, and all your friends that you hang around with, you know, whether you know it or not, you're responsible for them too, for the knowledge that you have. You know what I'm saying? You have to share that. You know what I'm saying? Every chance you get, it just can't be all a fun thing, a hanging out thing. You know what I mean? Because people is having real problems in real time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I'm saying this to you because the girls get the biggest threat of those problems because y'all young, y'all beautiful, y'all running across a lot of different guys, old and young. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you got to be conscious of that threat immediately. You know what I'm saying? First, when you're dealing with somebody that's way older than you, that's automatically, you know what I'm saying? He can only be setting you up for failure. You know what I mean? That, come on now, like, you know, but, you know, again, you know, guys your age, you know, a lot of them are really not focused. They don't have no plan, purpose, or agenda for themselves. So it's impossible for them to be able to create one for you. You know what I mean? That's the first thing. That's the first red flag. You're dealing with somebody that don't have a plan, that don't have a purpose or an agenda. They're just living, waking up every day trying to figure out what's next from when their phone rings. That ain't where you want to be at. That ain't who you want to be with. That ain't who you want to associate with. You know what I'm saying? This man wakes up. This man will go to sleep. He work and work and work and work. You feel what I'm saying? Plan, purpose, it's all day long. Can't lose with being a friend. Whatever you want to be, you can't lose with somebody like this. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all they do is work. You know what I mean? And I see a lot of me in him from the how he worked. You know what I'm saying? Because when I, like, even though I was street, but I didn't want to come in until everybody else went to sleep. And I still didn't want to come in. I still wanted to work. I wanted to make enough money for the rest of my life that night.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? For real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't have enough hours for me.
In the day.
In the day. Yeah, they don't got enough
I feel
hours.
like you just be feeling like
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, why are y'all cheating me? I'm not finished with today.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Y'all cheating me, man. We need to reinvent the wheel of how these days are created, man, because I wasn't ready to go to sleep. Why everybody sleep?
Right.
Why don't nobody want what I want? But it showed in the end. when I'm able to take care of all of my families, all of my wives, all of their families.
Right.
You know what I mean? All of the people that I don't know nothing about that managed to get to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? So it shows in your work ethic, it shows in what you're rooted with, which I don't profess to be nothing. I mean, the streets, the world, the government, everybody got so many different titles on it, but I ain't never else professed to be nothing but a child of God.
Right.
That's all I ever professed to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm his number one workhorse. I don't let nobody outwork me in his work. Like I do his work. I live for the sacrifice for you, so the situation that's put before me. You know what I mean? So I'm not out here living for me. I don't know what living for me has been since I've probably been 20 years old. You know what I mean? But because I recognize that I've been given so much grace and salvation for my life, like my life couldn't be for me. So with me understanding that, with me having so many face-to-face situations with death from a physical perspective, so many face-to-face with death from a mental perspective, so many face-to-face situations with death from a spiritual perspective and a liberty perspective. And he kept allowing me to overcome. So I'm saying, why you want me here? Like, how did you allow me to get out of this situation where I'm being shot at with 3 people and I don't even have a gun? And I escape it. No bullets, no holes. Alright, what I'm finna do, I'm finna just walk around and I try to figure out, what am I doing right? Only thing I can think of was how I look out for people. So what I did was, I was only looking out for my immediate circle. But when I figured out like it had to be something bigger that I was supposed to be doing, I opened myself up to whatever soul situation that could penetrate my force field, because I had to keep my force field up because of where I come from. But anybody that penetrate that, I'm immediately providing the essence of my man to that. Whether it's a soul or a situation or an environment or whatever it is, I'm providing myself to it. And in doing so, my return is the grace that I get. I don't look for monetary value, monetary wealth. I don't look for none of that. I look for actual energy that's been keeping me alive to do my work. And for some crazy reason, the riches just come. The wealth just come. You know what I'm saying? And when I attach myself to a situation, I don't commit to the situation for business. I commit to the situation for success. So I don't stop till we succeed. It's a difference. I invest into anything that comes my way versus deal with it. That's a real big difference. When you can invest into something or somebody can invest in you versus just deal with you, it's a whole another level of movement. You know what I'm saying? So when you meet people, if they don't show signs of investing into who you are, who you trying to become, you too rich to just be allowing somebody to deal with you. If you want to be my friend, you want to be my associate, invest into who I am, what I'm trying to become, and the foundation I'm trying to secure as a man, as a businessman, and as a person that's trying to secure a real legacy and an empire. You ain't got that, if you can't compliment the man I'm trying to become, the foundation I'm trying to secure, you ain't for me. You can't compliment the woman I'm trying to become, a foundation I'm trying to secure, you ain't for me.
You know what you hang on.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So, and then a lot of people come around just to get that level, just to get that energy, just to get that energy. They might not be for you, and you gotta be able to figure it out. They'll be for you in the beginning because the representative is out cold. Joy, my baby, what's up? You know what I mean? What we doing? That energy is out cold, but you gotta watch them every day. Anytime you get a chance to rest your eyes, before you rest your eyes, try to replay all the words that were spoken to you all the energies that was directed to you, so you can be able to decipher the change of when he changed from a friend to a foe. You gotta pay attention to that. Because it only takes a nanosecond to change your whole life. You don't gotta lose your life, but it can be some straight damage done. It can be some damage done to your loved ones from not paying attention to that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta pay attention to it, man. You down there in the jungle, whatever. That day, I swear for Jesus, I ain't never seen a group of crazy people than them people in Louisiana. No, I'm not. You think I'm playing? Man, listen, I was down in Louisiana years ago for the Mardi Gras. Got into it with some cats. Police took us to the police station. When they let us out the police station, them niggas was waiting outside the police station for us.
Mm-hmm.
Chased us, man. We ended up running across, jumping on floats, off of floats, all that. Them niggas was not playing. I got a whole new respect for New Orleans cats. Whole new respect. Yeah, I thought we was crazy. They been had the Flint water down there.
Not the Flint.
Yeah, the Flint water. They been had it down there. You know what I mean? But you know, you down there where it's a lot of wolves and
Thanks.
sheep's clothing.
Crabs
You
in
know
the
what I'm
bucket.
saying? Yeah, for sure, man. For sure, man. Just but if how I see you work, that's gonna will most of the people out because people don't like to work.
Mm-hmm.
People don't like to work.
Mm-hmm.
And how you decide that, like, if you want to be with me, you gotta work.
Mm-hmm.
Be a part of this engine. You just can't ride. You know what I'm saying? Put them to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with camera, they gotta be in the video, they gotta do something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Yeah, but then, I can't stress enough, man, for you, to just to pay attention, because it changes overnight. And for you, Brooke, man,